Hello, my name is Victor Vogel. I specialize in helping people improve their interpersonal communication in order to connect more effectively with others and become more persuasive and influential. More specifically, I help leaders and employees improve their relationships to create a healthy, psychologically safe culture for organizations. If asked, have you had significant interpersonal communication development? I would be making a safe bet that you would have an inquisitive look on your face right now and then ask me what I meant by interpersonal communication. The vast majority of professionals and employees I've worked with and consulted with have had no significant training and development in interpersonal communication. Most people take talking and hearing for granted, and they assume they have communicated effectively. After the first few thousand employees of the tens of thousands I have assessed over 45 years, I quickly learned that most people overrate their ability to communicate with others, particularly leaders. It didn't take me long to see that what I discovered from these statistical assessments of organizations applied to these issues that everybody was experiencing in their everyday lives. In organizations, there were conflicts between leaders and their employees, and that led to terminations and resignations. In the world outside of organizations, those same arguments happen within families, between families, conflicts between neighbors, and politically between cities and states and governments. These battles have led to divorces, family isolations, lawsuits, abuse, division of political parties, and wars among countries. Something actually we're still seeing happening today in America in 2026. I have also seen people and leaders change when receiving education in interpersonal communication. I've seen leaders build trust in their departments, and that trust spreads throughout the organization, leading to more success for the organization, the leaders, and employees. I've seen arguments and conflicts resolved through collaboration, leading to synergy and creative ideas that exceed everyone's expectations because of the interpersonal communication training and consulting they received. This last 6 years of my retirement, I've spent consolidating my 45 years of experience and conducting new research that's led to the paradigm of leadership change and how we develop leadership. The writing of my book, Renaissance Leadership Odyssey, I wrote this in 2024, explaining the needed paradigm shift and the implementation of that shift and what we need to do to change, all covered from this experience I've had. The identification of three pillars that support the paradigm shift: the psychological leadership awareness pillar, the ability to connect with others through effective emotional intelligence pillar, and mastering the intersection of emotional intelligence with interpersonal communication, are all part of the information that's derived out of this work that I've been doing over the last few years. Interpersonal communication, one of the three basic pillars of a Renaissance leadership paradigm shift, is the area of my expertise. My 45 years of leadership and leadership consulting in a variety of industries, both domestic and international, along with 6 years of graduate education in communication and psychology, and hundreds of hours of postgraduate and applications of leadership and interpersonal communication principles on the job, has led to one book on leadership, The Renaissance Leadership Odyssey, 3 books on interpersonal communication. Each of those are accompanied by a workbook that helps you learn how to apply this or transfer this to real-life environments, and 2 separate workbooks designed to help you enhance that education and how to work communication in the real environment. It also helps readers learn how to apply the information in these books. In addition, my experience and research has led to a 17-week leadership communication course that equates to between 24 and 30 hours of high-performance interpersonal communication skills. It's kind of like a college graduate course. This is not a familiarity course. This is a course that helps people, especially leaders, HR people growing in the HR field, coaches, consultants, and mentors, not only to understand interpersonal communication, but also the understanding of why interpersonal communication is critical to human interaction and leadership success, consequently organizational success, and how to make all of that happen. Now, these are e-textbooks, and they were written as e-textbooks for a specific reason. And I explain all those reasons in many of my videos on my leadership channel, Building Renaissance Leaders, as well as the Substack and other areas. They serve as ebook textbooks for the 17-week course and as standalone references for my lectures and my educational Substack letter that I'm doing on Substack right now on leadership communication. I explain the logic of ebooks versus paperback or audiobooks when it comes to textbooks during my lectures and videos, like I said, that can be found on my YouTube channel, Building Renaissance Leaders. You can also find a lot of this information on my website. You can purchase all the books on my website, www.victorvogel.com. Go there, buy the books, start now, start building your educational base. It is singularly the most important thing that employees on all of those assessments I did, the tens of thousands of them, singularly, by far, almost 70 to 80% of employees told me that when I asked them, what is the number one thing you'd like your leadership to do better? It was communication. And when I probed them to ask them what they meant by that, the behaviors they gave back to me were interpersonal communication behaviors. This is what led to me collecting all of this information, education, and experience over 45 years, plus the last 6 years where I got away from it for 15 years, came back and looked at it to see what had changed. Not much had changed. In fact, a lot of regressions happened, but there are some positive things that came out of that. I try to incorporate all those into these books that I've written and the workbooks that go with them. They're inexpensive. They're inexpensive because they're on ebooks. This allows just about everybody to be able to afford to have them. You buy them on my website. You get, the minute you close the deal, you get a PDF link, takes you directly to that. And so you can have this PDF link. You can carry it on your smartphone. You can create a library, a digital reference library that you can refer to anytime you might need it in any of the activities you're doing as a leader or consulting or as a mentor or a coach where you're helping somebody prior to going in and sitting down with them. You can go through these processes and they'll help you immensely connect with that person and be more effective at helping them. So if you're an HR manager, I've developed hundreds of HR managers. Many have gone on to be vice presidents. I do that kind of tutoring on my website. You can contact me through my website. But if you're on Substack and you've signed up for that paid Substack, I think it's $8 a month on that Substack, you're getting a tremendous amounts of this information on this Substack for $8 a month. Okay, that combined with the books you buy to work with them and your ability to reach me and spend time for free with me in counseling is going to help you become a much more effective HR manager or a coach or a consultant. Or if you're a leader, it's going to help you become a much better leader. Or if you just want to connect with people more effectively in your personal life, you're going to get a lot out of those books and that too. They're there. They're waiting on you. All you have to do is go to the website, click on the link, purchase them, and they're in your hand. They're in your hand, on your smartphone. They're on your computer, wherever you'd like to take them. If you're interested in the 17-week course, it's a kind of a self-directed course. I work my way in there so that I know you're getting what you need, and I can answer the questions you have. So there's what we call office time with me during that course. And we go through a lot of the leadership skills and the kinds of communication principles you need to apply for each skill so that you can be more effective as a leader. So that's available too. There's a lot of things I have. I have that skills. I am doing the Substack program. I'm doing the books are for sale on my website. So there's a lot of resources for you that I'm trying to make available because we need better leaders. For 4 decades, we have not made improvement in leadership satisfaction or employee engagement based on leaders. It's time to change that, folks. You are the next generation that can change that. I'm simply trying to be someone who's taken what I've seen work and also what is beneficial and also what we missed during that period of time and tried to implement this in here so we can make you better leaders down the road, what I call Renaissance leaders. Have a great day.